Live. See anybody here? Can you join in with Ishan group, please? Let's see. Not करना है। Hey, hi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, it's Eric.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, yeah. Is my voice audible?
Yes.
Okay, great. We'll wait for a couple of more minutes for the rest to join, and then we'll begin, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Can I just know your
I'm
name?
not sure.
It's showing hollow.
Yeah, this is Eric Cunningham.
Eric. Okay, hi, Eric. How are you?
Good.
Okay, we'll
I'm
just
not
wait
so
for a
sure how.
couple of minutes, okay?
Yeah, I'm not so sure how to use the Hangouts
Okay.
program.
I think it's fine. If you're able to hear my voice, and can you see me? Am I visible to you?
Yes, I can see the map behind you.
Yeah,
I
I
can
think
see
I think that's more than enough. That's all you need. You need to be able to see my
Okay.
screen, my camera,
Okay.
and I can hear your voice. So that's all you need.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I just
we'll just
wanted to
wait for a
make
couple
sure
of
there's no
minutes.
problem. Good.
Okay. Okay, so Eric, I think I should begin because it's already 10 minutes past. So hi, I'm Nilesh Gupta. As you know, I'm your mentor, and
Yeah.
for the Adwords NanoDegree Program by Udacity. And first of all, it's a pleasure to be able to be a part of this group, to be able to be taking this role as a mentor for all of you. I hope that I will be able to be of utmost help and help you in smooth experience of this overall course that we are going to be a part of. So let me just start. Let me share the screen with you. And this
Okay.
whole thing is getting recorded, so the other people will be able to see very soon through YouTube.
Okay. Great.
Eric, can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
The PPT?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So just a little about me. I am an engineering graduate from the University of Delhi, and I'm a self-taught marketer. I've been involved in a couple of startups before, where I have been the product and digital head. Even currently, I'm working in League SX, which is a fantasy sports startup, and I'm the product and digital head there. I just love to read about businesses and a lot about politics, national politics, and also, as well as global politics. And I'm really fond of watching movies. I think you guys must have heard about Bollywood. It's a very big industry all over the world. So
Yeah, I
I'm a
love
big
Shah
fan.
Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So moving on. So our this mentor student relationship that has been built by Udacity, it's going to be very advantageous, is what I believe. And Slack is the first point of communication that we have been assigned. We all have joined a group which is called the AWND, Adwords Nanodegree session 649. So on Slack, basically, we're going to be having one-on-one virtual calls every week, and you can also direct message me. I'm going to take you to Slack and let you show what kind of a platform Slack is. So this is the Slack platform. I've been talking to Eric right now, who I hope is going to join us soon. And so this is a group, AWND session 649. So this is our personal group wherein we all can connect with each other. So if you, for example, if you want to type a message, this is the place that you write. And if you want to tag someone from the group, you use @ and it's going to show the list just like this. So if, Eric, I have to find you. I'll just go in this list, and I can't find you.
Hmm. I should be in there.
Okay, let me see. Where is it?
ERIQ. Yeah, I should be. Because I sent you a message there the other
Yeah, it's
day.
there.
There.
Correct. Yeah. See, so I can tag you, tag anyone like this, and write the message here. And so this is about our group. So here we can discuss everything, anything related to the course. Anytime you're going through the course and you face any kind of difficulty, you can message on the group so that even the other people can help you out. Or you could just click on my name and go and message me here, right here. So this is going to be a direct message. You can directly contact me in case you have any doubts or any kind of queries in the course, right? So other than this group, you also have a career group. So this is one of the most important groups that Udacity is providing us with. So this group is talks about helps you in your career guidance if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for growing your job. So this is the group where you have to be active on. You can The best part is you can also have a one-on-one call with the career coach. So they have very experienced people as career coach in Udacity. So you can have a one-on-one call and discuss about the career prospects that your particular course is going to get you. So this is one of the important groups. You also have a find a study buddy. So here you can find people from your country, maybe who you can study, who you would want to study with. If you don't want to study alone, just to get into a schedule, you need someone, some company. So you can obviously make use of this group. So there are many other groups here. There's a motivation group to keep you motivated all the time. You can share your views also here. So this is how the whole platform works. It's pretty simple. So on Slack, we are going to be having two things basically. One is the weekly one-on-one sessions. So weekly one-on-one sessions is going to be, I am going to be taking these calls with each one of you. For this is going to be 30 minutes long every week, wherein we are going to discuss the progress that you've shown in the course. If you have any queries, I'll be clarifying all those queries and making sure that you have a comfortable journey all throughout this, and you end up with a memorable experience and a lot of knowledge. Is that what our aim is through this one-on-one virtual call? So we're going to discuss your personalized learning plans as well, wherein according to your pace, not everybody is going to go on the same pace or understand at the same level. So we have these virtual calls wherein we'll have personalized learning plans for each one of you, and we will move accordingly. Apart from this, we will also be having Ask Me Anything sessions on Slack. So this is an added session wherein you can ask me anything. But to be honest, you can actually ask me anytime. You can ask me anything about the course or about anything that you need help with. So this we can do obviously on Slack, just as I showed you. Currently, this just like the webinar we are having right now, this is going to be conducted once every week. And this is going to be 60 minutes long. In this webinar, we're going to be discussing all the modules and the concepts that are there related to the project, to the next project. So in all, you have a total of 5 projects, and which have their certain deadlines. So every week we are going to make sure that we are on the right track and on the right pace. And in case you have any doubts, any queries, we'll be solving them in these webinars as well, apart from the one-on-one virtual calls that we talked about. So yeah, I've talked about the career. So yeah, so let's be interactive. We've had people. We have 10 currently in our group. We hope to be seeing more people added in the group. And so I hope that now, with as time as we've just started, I hope that everybody gets involved in the group and starts sharing and interacting with each other. We can ask questions, and it's not necessary. And I'll actually love it if everybody can share their opinions on the groups related to any question that even a single person has. And yes, let's be the best cohort possible in this whole Udacity NanoDegree programs. Okay, so I think Elia has joined us, right? Hi, Elia.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
Okay, fine, thanks. You?
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to continue. I hope you've been hearing us, right? We've not missed some things important. So we're going to move forward. You can see if you missed whatever part you've missed area, you can see it with the YouTube link that I'm going to share after we are done with this webinar. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, no
so
problem.
about the AdWords NanoDegree program, so we have a total of 8 lessons and 5 projects. I think you both have already gone through a little about the in terms of the course. The knowledge section in the course is where you can ask your questions and you can find answers. I hope you would have seen that platform. I'll just move to the course that you have. So yeah, so this knowledge part here is where you can keep asking questions and you can get related answers. And this is the whole course. So I've opened the project part. We have a total of eight lessons, wherein we're going to be starting off with the marketing fundamentals, AdWords fundamentals, and search advertising in the first week. And that's precisely the topics we're going to be discussing right now in this webinar. So the course is obviously divided into weeks. It's a week. There's a weekly division being done, and we're going to take week by week. There are a couple of people who've already done, who are already done with even the second project in our cohort itself. So I can see these stats. So that's like telling you. So for those people are as we will be having one-on-one sessions. So I'm going to be making their approach a little different because they're already ahead. For anyone who's starting right now, we have weekly divisions, and you can carry on with on that base. That be perfectly fine. So the first project deadline is actually 13 March, not 12th March. I'm going to change it. So the project includes defining the KPIs and the marketing objectives, and you also have to create an AdWords campaign, a search AdWords campaign. So we're going to discuss all these terms a little as we move ahead. So the first thing that you guys need to do is when you reach this, when you reach your this platform where you have the course, if you go to the search advertising part where you have the project. So what I want you all to do, the first thing is that you click on the first part, and you directly there are two options that are going to take place. So AdWords, you'll be needing an AdWords account throughout the course to learn all the kinds of campaigns, how you have to create the campaigns and how you run these campaigns. So for that, there are two options. Either you can request access of an AdWords account from Udacity, or you can create your own account wherein you will be assigning the budget also yourself. So I think most probably everybody is going to go for the first option, wherein you have to request for an AdWords account, wherein the budget for the campaigns, the live campaign that you will be running, will also be assigned by Udacity to you. So this is the first option, as you can see. And this is the form that you have to fill. So once you're done with the form, once you submit the form, you will be receiving two kinds of email with the next steps, which basically will mean clicking on one of the links wherein you'll be you'll be given the access to an AdWords account. It's going to be taking 3 to 4 days. So that's why I want you guys to request the access as soon as possible, because it's going to take at least 3-4 days before you get the access to the AdWords account, and you can actually go ahead and create your own search campaign, right? So moving ahead. So this is why very important. Okay, just make sure. I'm also going to make sure that I remind you over the Slack group that this needs to be done. Okay, so moving forward, I'm just going to be discussing the initial modules which are related to the first project. So we start off with what actually marketing is. So marketing is basically creating a value proposition and creating awareness, right? So if you have any kind of product, if you have a product, the first thing that you want is to tell the world that you exist. So that is awareness. And the next thing they want is to create a kind of value in the minds of the customer, that this is the value that we're offering and this is the price that you need to pay. So that is what marketing is. So the most important things that marketing helps us achieve is creating awareness and creating a value in the minds of our customers. So just a few topics, concepts that I wanted to address in this webinar with all of you. So this is what we call push and pull marketing. I'm sure many of you might know about this, but I'm still going to go ahead and explain it just for the sake of the whole group. So push marketing is where the consumers may or may not need the product or services that you have to offer, but you use channels to reach to this audience irrespective of their need. So if I consider today's digital marketing, social media marketing is what we could consider in push marketing. So the kind of campaigns you create on Facebook are push kind of campaigns. You decide on a kind of audience you want to target, and these kind of people, the people who come under the specific audience which you have targeted, are then than seeing the ads on their Facebook feed or on other parts of Facebook or platform. So this is push kind of marketing. On the other hand, if I talk about pull marketing, is where you come into play or you showcase your ads or your campaigns when the user states his need. A very good example is obviously Google. This is where Google AdWords comes in. So Google AdWords is a pull type of campaign, is a pull marketing concept wherein people search using what we call keywords. The whatever search terms that the user is using on the Google search engine is what we call keywords. So whenever a person searches for the keywords, the user gets to see relevant ads. You will never be seeing irrelevant ads. You'll always see relevant ads showcasing on the search engine result page when you type in a keyword or a search term. So that is pull type of marketing, where the customer is showcasing his need, and then therein the advertisers or the businesses are there present there to showcase their product or services, right? Sorry. So yeah, so moving forward, another important concept is what we call buyer's persona. So what is buyer's persona? If I talk about buyer's persona, you need to define the kind of buyer you are thinking of selling to, whatever process, whatever service or whatever product that you have. So there's a certain kind of characteristics your particular audience will have, the kind of audience you want to cater to, because there's a whole market in the kind of industry that you enter. So for example, if you're in the education industry, so there's a market of people. So you're targeting, say for example, working professionals. So there's a fixed number of working professionals that exist. That's the whole whole market, and in that you are targeting a certain specific market. So for example, you have digital marketing courses, so you're looking at marketing people, sales people. So that is the kind of market that you're looking at. So you need to define that audience that you need to target. So that is what buyer's persona is. How does this buyer's persona help? So basically, the kind of communication you come up with, whatever ad that you have, maybe if it's a search ad wherein you're writing the text, or the display ads wherein you're using an image or a video. So whatever communication you want to, to communicate to the audience is should be based on their buyer persona, because that is how they will be able to connect with your advertisement, connect with your product, connect with your business as a whole. So just an example, what all things that you need to cover when you're writing a buyer's persona, I'll just talk about it. So the buying motivation of the audience. Why would the audience that you're targeting buy the kind of service or product that you are offering? What are the concerns? What are the problems that they face? The pain points exactly currently that they face in the industry. So, for example, if I talk about the cab industry, if I go back almost 10 years when there were not really cabs, especially if I talk about a country like India, where in 10 years back we didn't have these Uber cabs running in. So at that time we had a lot of problem in transportation. For moving one place to another, we had a lot of problem, and those problems were identified by someone like Uber, and their communication today, even the ads that they have, the TV ads, the digital ads that they have, they cater to those pain points, because it helps then as the user, it helps you to connect to that particular business, to that particular service, and in turn you convert into a buying customer. So that is where buyer's persona comes in very handy. You need, obviously there are basic parameters wherein the age, gender, the demographics that come in, the interest that your audience has, the educational level that they are, the income. All these parameters could vary according to the category of business that you are in, but these certain parameters are very important for you to define beforehand, before you start off with any kind of campaign. So yeah, so this is about buyer's persona. So I've talked about push versus pull marketing. I've talked about buyer's persona. So this is majorly about marketing, the marketing fundamentals. So if I talk about move to the most important part, that is the project. That is how you are being judged on the basis of how well you do the projects, how well you clear these projects. So if I talk about the first project, let me take you to the course again. So the first project is basically creation of an AdWords campaign, a search type of AdWords campaign. So just going to brush up on what these AdWords campaign, how do we create it, and what are the terms or parameters that one needs to consider while creating a search advertisement, right? So as I've already talked about these two options, so we'll just move on to the build campaign option number one. just a moment. Yeah. So when you go into the project, when you start with the AdWords, when you logged into your AdWords account, and you'll be going to your the first thing that you'll reach is the campaigns part of the platform. When you log in, you'll see this, and you go to a new campaign and you start creating a search type of campaign. So so they will ask, the first thing that Google AdWords ask is, what kind of a campaign do you want to run? Is it a search campaign? It's a display, shopping, or video? All these kind of campaigns is something that we will cover as the course proceeds. We right now, our focus is on the search network campaign, which are precisely the ones that we see in the form of text whenever we search on the Google search engine. So those are the search network, the text ads that we are talking about right now, right? So the next thing, obviously, it asks for is the objective. Why are you actually running this campaign? Do you want to increase your sales on the website? Do you want just the traffic to increase, or do you want the user to end up on your website and fill up a lead form so that you can, nurture him further? So these are the kind of options that it has to offer. When you move ahead, it takes you to the campaign part, wherein you have the campaign settings. So you have the first thing, which is called bidding. So if I talk about the search ads, there are two factors that are very important. One is the bidding amount, the CPC bid, the cost per click bid. So this is the maximum amount that you are willing to spend when a user clicks on your ad. So for example, if I say that my cost per my CPC bid is, say, $1. So that means that I will not pay more than $1 if my ad is showcased and if it is clicked. So I will be paying only when the ad is clicked. So, and I won't be paying more than $1. That is what a CPC bid means. So there are many other, so this bidding strategies, there are many other strategies. You can see there's manual CPC. Manual CPC means that whatever bid that you have to put is controlled by you. You are the one who's controlling what kind of bid that you want to put. There's another category of bidding strategy, which is called the automated bidding strategy. When you click on the drop down, whenever you log in, when you were creating the account, creating the campaign, when you click on the drop down, you also see automated strategies. For example, there's one called maximize clicks. So if you put it automated, the bid amount will be put by Google itself. And if it's maximize clicks, so the objective of the whole campaign will be to get as many clicks as possible. So Google will focus on getting you maximum clicks out of the budget that you've put. And it also asks you, very importantly, to enable enhanced CPC. So enhanced CPC means that AdWords will automatically adjust your manual bids to maximize the conversions. So whatever bid that you've put, so if it sees that a user who's searching has a greater probability of getting converted, it will automatically increase your bid by, say, 20%. But on the other hand, if it sees a user searching and for something relevant to your business, but understands that the probability of this user getting converted is very low, so in that case, your CPC will be it will lower your CPC by 20%, so that most probably your ad doesn't show, and your click or your amount, the money, doesn't get wasted on an irrelevant click. Right. So next is the budget. The budget is the total amount that you're spending in a day, in an entire day. So the budget needs to be, for your project, it needs to be between $10 to $15. So the budget will be assigned to you according to the location, because even the CPC click rate, whatever the click rates that we're talking about, also vary according to the location you are in. At some places it's a little high, at some places it's a little low. And this CPC, this click rate is associated with the keyword. So for every keyword, there's a CPC bid assigned. And that is what it's talking about, the default bid. So the default bid is basically whatever keywords that you put in your campaign, which I'm going to talk about very soon. Whatever keywords that you're putting a default bid for every keyword. You're saying that my bid is, say, $1 or, say, 50 cents. So that is how it works, right? So moving on, when you're done with all this, when you're done with the bidding and the daily budget, it takes you to the ad groups. So what basically are ad groups? So ad groups are nothing but categories. So for example, just a basic example for you to understand what ad groups are. So if you have an e-commerce portal, say you're selling mobile phones. So for example, you have Apple phones and you have Samsung phones. So you will have two ad groups when running a campaign. Say, for example, you're running a campaign to increase sales, and you will end up having two ad groups. One will be for Apple and one will be for Samsung. So the ad groups are basically made to differentiate the keywords. So ad groups is the place where you enter the keywords. In your project, you need to create at least 2 ad groups. So these ad groups could also be on the basis, as I just gave an example, it could be basis of the product category. It could also be on the basis of the customer journey that you're targeting. Maybe you're targeting for awareness, so you create one ad group wherein you're typing in keywords which depict that these people are much needed to be made aware. Then you could also have one for keywords include, wherein you think that when a person is visiting through those keywords, he will end up, say, visiting your website or making a purchase on the site. So you can have the ad groups on the basis of these customers phases as well, right? So so you need to have 2 ad groups in your project at least, and each ad group you will enter 20 keywords. So you have in your course, you have the entire process of how you and how you find the keywords. That's all mentioned in your course, so you will go through it, you will understand. In case you have any queries related to the keyword research project, whenever we get on the one-on-one call, we can talk about that in during the one-on-one call, right? So I'll move on to the project part. So this is entirely it. So then last part is basically, I'm sorry. So the last, when you're done with the keywords, it takes you to the creation of your ad. So this is the last part. This is the ad wherein you have to write the headlines, headline 1, headline 2. Then you have a description. Currently in the latest updates, you'll have 3 headlines, 30 characters each, and you'll have 2 descriptions, 80 characters each. So there's a display path and a final URL. So final URL is the one where you want the user to click to the landing page that you want the user to visit after clicking on the ad. So that's the final URL. And display path is just the URL or a part of URL that will be showed or displayed to the user. It can be different from the final URL, right? So yeah, so this is the one. Once you're done with the ad, you have to take the screenshot of a few screenshots. And most importantly, make sure that when you're done with the ad, you keep it paused. So the status has to be paused, because there's a second part which is the project 2 associated with it. Once you're done with that, is when you will start your campaign, or your campaign will go live after you are done with the second project. So then you will run the campaign for 5 days. That's the budget that you'll be assigned. So until then, you have to keep it paused, right? So I'll just move to this. So this is what you need to do when you're building when you're doing your project. So first is you need to describe in about 250 words about the kind of target audience that you've identified, why the kind of approach that you're following, what is the kind of structure that you're going to have, how many ad groups you're going to have, how many ads per ad group you're going to have, and why. And the next thing that you need to mention is the marketing objective and the KPI for this campaign. So for example, the marketing objective could be lead generation. For example, you are focusing on getting people to your website so that you can have their data. So that is the marketing objective. For the KPI on this, in this case, could be website traffic could be a KPI, clicks could be a KPI, click-through rate could be a KPI. So what is click-through rate? So whenever an ad is showcased, that's an impression. When a user sees the ad, that's an impression. When a user clicks on the ad, that's a click. So the ratio between the impressions and the clicks is what is the click-through rate, or the CTR. So obviously that's an important criteria. The higher the CTR, the better your ad is performing, the better the user is liking the ad, right? So there are certain project checklists that you need to make sure. It's all mentioned here that you need to assign the campaign name, which is assigned to you. The targeting in terms of location or languages has to be there. Your daily spend is set to $10 to $15. Your ad group, then you need to define your ad group. Make sure the name nomenclature of these ad group, the campaign name is also all right and as assigned to you. You need to create, as I told you earlier, need to create at least 2 ad groups, and each ad group will have a minimum of 20 keywords. So the keyword research process again is mentioned in your course, right? The each ad group should have at least 2 ads. So we're looking at 2 ad groups and a total of 4 ads, right? And you need to make sure that you have the final URL is absolutely right and is the same as provided to you. Save the campaign and pause it. As I just mentioned, you have to pause the campaign because there's a part 2 also present before you start with the live campaign. So the screenshots that I was talking about, so you need to take the screenshots of 4 or more ads that you've had, you need to take the screenshot of review of your campaign, which the AdWords platform is going to show you. That part is what you need to take the screenshot of. And the last is the campaign summary screen. So you need to take these 3 screenshots and make sure you've written the 250 words description about this thing, the approach that you followed, and the marketing objective and the KPI. So yeah, so this is about the project. How many people? Yeah, I'll just come back. I'll stop the sharing option. Yeah, hi. You guys heard all of it? Any doubts?
What? Sorry.
I'm saying, did you guys hear everything? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't understand the question.
No, I'm just asking, do you have any doubts? I've explained the whole project and the certain concepts. Do you have any queries? Do you have any questions for me?
No. For my point of view, it's clear because I also using Google AdWords for my company, so this point is clear for me.
Perfect. So yeah, there are chances that you guys might know, or you might have done the part of the project that we take up in the webinar, but we have a weekly schedule. So we have, for the webinar, the schedule is fixed, but during the one-on-one sessions we can go in detail. So for example, if you know all these basic things and there are certain doubts that you have about certain concepts in depth, so we can take those up during the one-on-one sessions, right?
Okay.
Hi, Nilesh.
Hi.
About the, I guess the written description. For as you're saying, 250 words or less.
Yeah.
On that one, do you have like would that be explained in the lessons as far as what everything that we need to have included in the?
Absolutely. It's all mentioned. Otherwise, just go through the course once. It's all mentioned there. They've talked about what a marketing, or how do you define KPIs, how do you define your marketing objectives. So once you go through the course, you're going to come across all these concepts. Even if you don't, when we take up you have Slack. You can always message me if you don't understand or if you have any doubts. I'll be more than happy to help you out, even with an example, maybe. We can take it up in the one-on-one session that we have, and we're going to have these one-on-one calls in the coming few days.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, for the moment.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm going to end this now, and I will be meeting you again one-on-one very soon in the coming days, right? So the time slots for the one-on-one sessions you can easily decide on your own. It's not going to be like a It's not going to be a one-to-many webinar. It's a one-on-one call. So whatever time you're comfortable, I'll just share the link on Slack, and you can just pick up your slot whenever you're free, according to your time zone, right? Okay. So it was great again. I hope next time we have much more people joining us, so we can have a much more interactive session. But I loved it. I like to thank both Elia and Eric. Thank you so much. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Nilesh.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.